It's March, it's madness. This is our annual 3-on-3 challenge, pick, draft, whatever you want to call it. We go through and pick our quote unquote dream team of hunters. Listen up for all the rules. We want to know whose team do you think is the best? And number 2, in the comments, let us know what your 3-on-3 team would look like. Here we go.
Yeah, so kind of leads into the next thing here, March Madness. And we did this in 2019. We didn't do this last year, did we?
I don't think so.
So we're revisiting it. We can't remember the rules, so we're remaking them. So the structure here, we have a draft board here on Google Doc that we all have access to. It's a snake draft. We did the selection process as Lucas picked a number, closest to it, got to pick their location in the draft. I picked it. I'm drafting last snake draft, so I get 2 back-to-back picks. Chad, you're picking first. Cameron's picking second. We have a point guard, shooting guard, center. Who wants to explain what those are?
So the point guard is the guy that's going to be the facilitator. He's going to be the one that kind of pulls the team together. Then you have your shooting guard. He's the trigger man. He's just out there slinging arrows, killing deer, and he might kill 4 in a year. He might kill 2 in a year, but he's gonna stack up deer. The center is Mr. Reliable. He's the cleanup man. He's going to be the one that if the shooting guard's out there flinging arrows and missing a bunch, you can count on him to get it done and kind of grab the rebound and make sure they're still there. So point guard, shooting guard, center.
One position has to be home farm, private land guy. One person has to be the rambler, the traveler, the public guy. And then the third is just a swing spot. Just to clarify this, because we didn't talk about this prior, but like, are we going for inches or consistency?
I think consistency is king. I mean, anyone can have an outlying season.
All right, got it.
I think we need to redo this draft board.
Got it. No, we're ready to go.
Jake Hofer's name needs to be on.
No, it's not.
He is Mr. Consistency himself. Also, to clarify the draft board, if we put this up on the screen, this is in no particular order. So we didn't do seeding. There's no 1 seeds and 20 seeds. So
This is playground, kickball, pick your team type situation.
All right.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, I got the first pick. I am on the clock. I'm going to use this as my point guard pick, my private land. Maybe I shouldn't. Now I'm second guessing where I was going to go with
You're on the clock.
Man, no, I'm going back. I'm going backwards. I'm going to my shooting guard, my public land, my traveler, my DIY guy. I am selecting number 1 off the board, the 2022 March Madness Exodus draft pick, Andy May.
All right, that's a very good pick, and I don't know why it was even a debate.
Well, I was thinking private land. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was going to do something really dumb, and then I caught myself.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
You should have, because I would have just went with it and rolled, and you guys would have been like, what?
Yeah.
Worst pick ever.
I should have kept my mouth shut. So I'm also gonna go, I think I'm gonna go point guard here, but he's gonna be my swing spot, and it's gonna be Jared Scheffler. Pick number 2 in the Exodus draft, Jared Scheffler, point guard, facilitator.
This is why I strategically picked this part in the draft. I can go pick 2 folks, and there's a lot of depth in this position, in any draft, there's a lot of depth in some positions in some years, and there's a lot of depth here in the home farm area, and it's really hard to not pick Don Higgins for this. It's about he has the number 6, whatever it was, whenever last we talked to him, he has the number 2 in Illinois for typical. Mel Johnson's dead and gone, so this is the next best thing in terms of that. He's killed another 200, and I guarantee he can kill the biggest deer on his farm every single year. So if I tell him we're doing this, he's got to do it. I don't know if he killed anything off this.
Don didn't kill one last year, did he?
No, but I'm pretty sure he passed a 170. So if I told him we have this fictitious fun game, I mean, of course he's going to step up.
He would just sling that arrow.
I got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. But so that concludes round 1. Just to recap, Chad picked Andy May, Cameron picked Jared from Whitetail Adrenaline. I picked Don Higgins as the home resident guy. So round 2. It gets harder, just like any draft.
We picked 3 people off the board. There was 20 selections.
The heat's on, man. Hard. We're playing for pride. That's a lot here, okay? I feel like you got to go with Zach from THP. He's a traveler. I mean, gosh, he gets it done in a lot of hard places.
Pretty consistent.
And so that's who I'm going to go with. Not a lot of reasoning, but that's just got to follow your gut. So that's my pick.
Shooting guard.
Yeah, shooting guard and traveler.
Okay,
the
so
intangibles.
you got your center and you got your shooting guard. So next pick has to be your point guard.
Wait, maybe yeah,
You
okay.
pick.
It's
You're on
off the
paper.
board,
Yeah,
man.
you're on paper.
I didn't seal the envelope.
The
It's sealed
selection
now.
has
Okay.
been announced.
Yeah, your clock's
There's been a
running.
trade. There's been a trade, dude. No, okay. All right. Onward.
All
Round
right,
two,
so
Cameron.
I'm taking. I'm gonna go with my center here. I'm gonna take my center here. We're going with consistency, not total inches. That's the fact here, right?
Consistency, yep.
My center is none other than
You took my pick.
Scott Buckley.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Scott Buckley. He's gonna kill a deer on his farm or two every single year, and he's gonna do it on public. And he can kill $3 a year,
And he usually does.
and he usually does.
Yep.
And he is gonna do it. I walked his farm. I walked the public that he's hunting. He's gonna get it done. Scott Buckley is my center, my home farm guy.
See, this is where you just screwed up. You should have picked him as your hybrid because he does both, and he does both with consistency. And then you could have picked. I'm not going to say who you could have picked because I don't want anything slipping out here strategically.
I got
but
my
then
team
you would have
back.
been freed up for that home farm guy who also kills big deer, and you could have doubled up.
I'm good.
Where are you staying at when you're in Iowa? Out of curiosity, is this a Brownie Picks point?
I might be staying at Scott's house.
All right, onward. I guess it's my pick, the last pick of the second round. I'm going to throw something out there that might come as a surprise, but this is, again, you're drafting young guys, right? I mean, you're drafting them and looking at the next several years, what kind of potential they have, how they've developed as hunters.
So
This is 1 year tournament.
Okay, 1 year tournament. I'm good with that too.
This is March Madness.
This guy killed 202 on his home farm last year, so I'm good with that.
All right.
I'm going with fellow meathead,
He's admitting it.
Josh Bomar.
That's fair. I mean, that's
Controversial pick. I heard. You know. Here's the draft card. There's a little controversy behind the name. You're building the bad boy team here.
Yeah, he has a little bit of the dirt in his profile.
he was gonna fall off the draft board, but his repertoire, his resume
Could have went number one.
could have.
Good.
He had to,
His resume put him back in the game.
That's right.
That's a good pick.
This is America. You're innocent until proven guilty. So that's okay. That's that's a pretty good pick. Who am I to say? But the best part of the snake draft is you're still on the board.
I am back on the board.
What position do you have open right now?
Believe my point guard is open. So this is my facilitator. This is the guy that, I guess, the hybrid, right? This is the hybrid guy. So I need to be thinking about guys who can do it at home farm, who can do it on public, guys who have been around a lot of different states, different types of habitat. And also you have to think about hunting style, chemistry. And for that reason, I am pulling the New York native, Jesse Coots.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Jesse.
Jesse is a guy that I don't really know. I've had several conversations with him. I was introduced to Jesse from Andy May. Andy May had some pretty bold claims about the guy. He said he was the best whitetail hunter in the United States. And that's coming from Andy May, who a lot of people regard as the best DIY guy on the planet.
So they're tight. Chemistry's
So,
there.
That was a big reason for my pick, knowing that the chemistry's been there. After talking to Jesse, dude's killed hundreds of deer.
Wow.
He's a guy that went on an elk trip, his very first elk trip, and was there for a month because he refused to leave until he killed a bull. Kansas, Oklahoma, New York on his home farm. Ohio, doesn't matter where he
His
goes.
daughter's passing 160s.
Well, I don't think it was that big, but his daughter's passing deer that other guys are shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we have a whole separate video on Jesse. If you're not familiar with his name,
When do we
check
get
that
him on the podcast?
out. Yeah.
When do we get him on the podcast?
I don't know that we ever will.
Kind of recluse.
Yep, he likes to fly underneath the radar.
We're putting him on the map though.
Sorry, Jesse.
On blast right now. He made the draft.
All right, so I'm pulling up the rear here. No, Jake's got last pick.
Yeah,
right?
Jake has last
Yep.
pick.
Yeah, so you got pick number 7. This is pick number 8 right here. All right, pick number 8, shooting guard. And to me, this is my public land specialist. And this is a no-brainer for a shooting guard position. Absolute no-brainer. And this guy probably wouldn't even be on this list. No one's good. Like, if we didn't just sit with him and talk to him and know the numbers, he wouldn't be on this list. This man has killed 50 big game, Pope and Young quality animals in the last 5 years with a bow and arrow. Enough said. Shooting guard, Pick number 8, Tanner DeShong, Whitetail Adrenaline. So you have Jared Scheffler, the owner-operator of Whitetail Adrenaline. You have his go-to guy on the team. And then you have Scott Buckley. He's going to be sitting back on the home farm watching Whitetail Adrenaline DVDs, getting all fired up to go kill a buck on his farm. That's it. That's the team. Tanner DeShong, shooting guard. He's slinging arrows, man.
Okay, Jared's the mastermind. He's the brains.
What a team. Last pick in the draft. I'm honestly scrambling. I put no thought into this. I was just going after first thoughts as I went through this. So I have the point guard left and the hybrid position left. And I don't know what hybrid is considered. I know a gentleman that lives in Iowa and also hunts Illinois, and he goes by the name Cody DeQuisto. That's who I'm going to go with. Now, tell me this is not a ragtag team, though. Don Higgins, Zach Farrenbaugh, and Cody DeQuisto.
Don's the old man.
I know. I just can only imagine Don and Cody in the same room for some period of time. And that's what, it's like one of those movies where they start out as complete opposites, but by the end, maybe they're just best friends. Or maybe they hate each other. I don't know. But regardless, I know some bones are going to hit the dirt.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's some killers like on the teams here. Killers.
We could have done an NFL draft, honestly, for a full team is how many good hunters are out there. But in spirit of March, we just kept it to 3 with the classic 3-on-3 tournaments.
Yeah, even though basketball is 5-on-5.
I know, but there's the typical like 3-on-3 tournaments. You guys didn't have a 3-on-3 tournament in March every year?
No, we had 5-on-5.
There's not enough residents around here where I'm at in the country. It's like 7-on-7 football or whatever it is. Well, yeah, that's interesting. So I get let's recap real quick. Chad, you had May, Bomar, Coots. Cameron had Scheffler, Tanner, Scott. So if you're listening to this, who's your team? If you're watching this, leave it in the comments as well, because I think there's a lot of winning combinations here. Some really good answers.
No doubt.
Yeah. I think if if total inches was taken into consideration, my team may have changed a little bit.
Me too.
I think there's some things that might have changed a little bit, but just an overall consistency factor. I picked guys that hunt a lot. Like their jobs allow them to hunt a lot. So I feel pretty good, man. I think it's a winning formula.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what everyone else thinks in regarding to the picks and what they would have. Anything else here for the annual
vote who has
March
the best
March?
team? Give us your team and then vote Chad, Cameron, Jake.
If we can do enough due diligence to follow along what they do next year, we'll let you know who ended up actually winning.
Absolutely. We'll have to
That'd be
recap.
fun.
Yep.